believe this is going. Hopefully everything works out stream-wise in a long time. But it should.
Strong spirit. Radiant's turn to battle. Oracle.
Alright, first couple of picks happening really fast while I was up things, so you know, hey. Let's see. Northeastern squad grabs Storm or Rubik, and UMN grabs DM Oracle. I actually banned out the Lifestealer first phase. Teecha's tech team. Yeah, Northeast. Interesting. I feel like they no cares, but maybe they wanted the Rubik mid for Foo Squash, so don't want to run into that Lifestealer. First phase pick it, grab those grab it as a potential flex, but that's a big Storm. So I don't know what the plan is, actually. Oh, do I have delay on? That would actually be an issue. What are the odds I have delay on? Let's see. Delay's off. Okay, we're golden. I know how to do things. The more carry bans out of Teecha's tech team, trying to carry bans out of Teecha's tech team. Sorry about that. Trying to keep EJ Dingus down. Same strategy that we used against them last week. Meanwhile, Troll AA both yoinked out of the pool by UMN. Update. Okay.
It is Dire's turn to pick.
Okay, updated. 2. Breaking more thing. Perfect. Teecha's tech team bans out the Huskar and PL ban to round out the phase. Going into a bit of a think here. See how they decide to take this draft, and it's going to be a Grimstroke, so already going to have some interesting lanes shaping up here. It could take Grim Rubik support Storm Spirit mid. I have a feeling that's not how it's going to end up, however, so we'll see if they go with the standard. I doubt it. Squash, big proponent of flex picking. He loves to take the Rubik mid. I'm a little bit thrown by the Storm first pick. Maybe it's just straight into the Beastmaster. I'm not sure if that's true. Should lane pretty well, but getting roared's always a scary thing. And UMN Gold probably gonna look for something aggressive here. Something to run with the Beastmaster. He's gonna get his Ags timing. They want something to be able to jump into these fights, stay in with the Oracle as well. Oracle save not the best used on Beastmaster. I feel like Wraith King Oracle, you don't take as much advantage of that false promise. Just because with the second life, you know, your team's most likely getting cleaned up on the back. You can definitely dive in super aggressive, pop that first life, and use false promise to get out. The Beastmaster kicker in the back just pouring in damage the whole time, but does open up your backlines to get jumped pretty quick without getting a good false promise off. Quick Slark picked up. I do like the Slark pick here. To be able to find that Oracle in the backline, but also deals pretty well into Wraith King, deals pretty well into Beastmaster. Purge off any stuns that get thrown at you. And if they are running Slark Storm cores, like I was saying, the backlines really are not in good shape for UMN. See how they try and address that. Definitely need something to strengthen the backline, something to play around. Okay, maybe it doesn't strengthen the backline. It does add some more catch for Storm, so now you've got Roar Hex to deal with. You've got... I mean, Slark, I still feel like doesn't really care, as long as he gets good Dark Packs off. Sorry, he gets good use off, whatever they're called. No, that is Dark Pact, right? I believe so. As long as he gets his Q off, then he doesn't really get caught still. You need to set up like a Blink Hex or a Smoke Hex. Catch him. And then you're using that for Storm, who's just going to be able to also dive your backline. You can't catch both of these cores, right? As UMN. And Wraith King also just can't man-fight a Slark. So... I don't know. Big trouble for UMN, I think. That actually fixed? Does clicking off screen not break my draft anymore? That's epic. Anyway, both teams looking for an offlaner here. See Centaur, Bristle banned out. The UMN pick first. I don't know. I do think that they're looking for some kind of good initiator, even though they have Beastmaster and Lion. Problem is, you're dealing with Slark, so you don't want to be a big strength boy. You know, they could pick like a wind off lane or something that makes Slark sad. Play Knife's Edge, like Storm can be problems, but you're also big problems with Storm. Same with Slark, you get caught, but you can catch those cores out as well. I'll settle in and have a little think about it. Still in the pool is the Brewmaster as well. They picked that up in their last series. Went Refresher, Ag's Refresher, so we had 4 Primal splits. Kinda nonsense, but something that they do like to play. They like to play these offlaners who are kinda, I don't know, more untraditional, big, like, team fight. Not space career just by pushing, but by team fighting. They pick up the Necrophos. Not the worst pickup. There is a lot of magic damage coming out of Teecha's tech team. But it does give you a nice follow-up in the Reaper Scythe to any Roar or Hex or anything on these elusive cores. So if you are able to find Slark, you are able to find Storm, lock him down, you'll be able to chain him to death. I still do feel like Oracle doesn't have its place in this draft. They haven't picked something that can really leverage the false promise. He does feel like he's going to be food for the entire game. Almost same thing with Lion, like Hex is great against Storm, but might just be food on the back. It's going to take a lot of positioning out of these UMN supports to not just feed. And I'll last pick Mars coming out of Teecha's tech team. Nice safe pickup. Fudge gets his hero. And yeah, it is a first pick Who Squash Storm Spirit, as I initially thought they would not do. Fun times. But actually, Necro mid. He boosted. Does he play mid? We played them last series. I don't actually remember. I'll have to see where the excuse me, where the game starts. Take a quick water break as we roll into the game. Stay hydrated out there. Ah, directed camera. That's not what we want. I don't think there's any way to get that away. Anyway, getting into the game. Quick pause, but I can't jump. We have DJ Dingus for UMN playing on the Wraith King. Be taking that to the safe lane. We see Day taking the Beastmaster. Looks like he'll be headed to the mid lane. The Lion handled by CXC. See its starting items once they unpause the game. Ribs handling up his Oracle. And we see Mebusta taking Necrophos. Starting with the Quelling Blade. A lot of lovers there. We squash a drafting tyrant. And me looking for the Forest Storm, didn't get it. Lol. Anyway, other side of the river. See Foosh Squash Storm. Be mid-knife only, yes. Foosh Squash Storm. Sorry about that. Big Fudge. Ugh, I have no hotkeys, I can pretend. Big Fudge handling up Mars. See Teecha. This doesn't jump. Bound to thing. Teecha handling the Slark. K7. Gonna take the Grimstroke, and Rubik handled by Hemsworth. Game is unpaused after a brief foray into the void. CXC. Hemsworth getting down the ward, meanwhile mid-ward placed also by the Dire. A 5-man setup here by UMN. Did actually run them into a kill in our series the other day. I guess I should say last week. But they're still going with the setup, 5-man setup. They're actually hanging out more towards this cliff where they can break smokes. This time they're not going to matter. Or will it? Teecha actually running in? He's going to be able to snipe the rune maybe? No. He's dead. He'll back out. Rune's going to go 1 for 1. Squash. Takes the rune, runs back to block.
Hell yes.
He'll be grabbing that. See. Like I was saying, this should be a nice lane for the Storm Spirit. Be able to zone out the Beastmaster at those early levels. Actually misses a CS on the wave. But still a nice 3 for 0, and CXC pauses the game again. Such. Did start boots on the Lion. Gonna be looking to take advantage of that. And it is a boots versus boots matchup, I suppose. The top side. K7 getting into it.
I want to die. I want to die.
Ribs wants to die. He might get that wish soon enough. Ugh. And I don't even have any stories for these pauses. Like, can't talk to myself all day.
Oh, that's no good.
That's no. Oh, it is not.
I'll always remember how foolish you looked.
A little bit of an extended pause. I guess we can talk about this lane. So like we talked about the Storm a little bit. Storm has a great lane against this Beastmaster, at least at the early levels. Up top, Slark versus Necro. Slark actually versus Necro plus Oracle, so that might be able to tip the favor a little bit towards the Necro, just because of the amount of burst damage you can put, burst magic damage onto the Slark. He does start with a lot of regen, so he's going to try and sustain through this lane, but Necro gets like level 3, level 2 Death Pulse. It can really add up if you're not able to aggro back onto him. K7 with the Stroke of Fate. I mean, if he can land some good ones, they have slight potential. But I do feel like Necro just wins the sustain game, at least until Slark hits 6, so look, he's looking to try and come out with some decent farm, but I wouldn't expect him to just snowball over this lane. On bottom, you got Wraith King versus Mars. Because Lion starts boots, I don't know, I feel like you lose a lot of the trades here. Rubik should just do so much better. He takes Fade Bolt, just blast you. They both have 3 Tangos, so DJ Dingus gonna be able to be hopefully zoned out a little bit. Now, you know, DJ Dingus is a high skill player, and Big Fudge can definitely hold his own here, but he's gonna have to play well and not let DJ Dingus win a 1v1 if Hemsworth is able to zone out CXC like he should be able to, because he started boots. Enough of that. Okay, seems fine. Ready to go. Game gonna start again. 42 seconds in, and yeah, time to stop vamping. Axe is used not to secure the range creep, so Fusquash is going to say thank you very much and take that one from him. Fusquash already level 2 on the second wave. Of course, with the wave still being under towered, you're going to be able to claim that level 2 as creep's going to get shot down. Fusquash, like we see a lot going for that early bottle. Able to take it. Some free farm under his tower. Got the bottle now. Down bottom. See, CXC. Gets taken down, zapped down. Hit by the God's Rebuke and just clicked and takes so much damage. Meanwhile, K7 ribs. Creating a little bit of paint up here, nothing too major. Camp does spawn, meanwhile the full camp's blocked, so K7 gonna have to be very careful contesting here. Try and go on him, but able to walk his way away. Fusquash gonna stack up the small camp while they farms the lane pushed into his tower. Sir. Went AFK, watched the creep die in front of him, but that's okay. It's only 1 CS, right? Fusquash clip, they'll go 1 for 1 on the water runes, but no bottle yet on the Beastmaster, so a little bit of a better trade for Fusquash. Spawns up the pagan lane. Fusquash falling a bit low, does actually has used that water rune already as well. Didn't hear a sound for that. I was thinking he still had it because I didn't hear the sound. Pig is yoinking the creeps, but it's gonna lead Fusquash right to a stack. Oh no, oh no. Okay, axes are gonna be able to secure some of the creeps, but not the big ones, and that's disaster. Fusquash gonna steal his bounty rune as well. He doesn't even know. Types group farm, Pog, loses his bounty. Yikes. 50-50 split. Yeah, sorry buddy. That was a bit worse for you there. Up in the top lane, Teecha trying to make a dive onto the Boosta, and wow. Level 2 Inkswell just does so much damage, jeez. 180 nuke and he just popped. I thought it wasn't going to be enough, at least on the stun. He was going to survive with the W a little bit. Amps it up with the Ghost Shroud, and 2-0. Approaching 4 minutes into the game. Fusquash farming his own small camp. Get ready to grab his bounty rune. Secure that 4-minute water rune on the back end as well, and bottom. No, yes, bottom, sorry. Fudge takes CXC down. The second kill they've gotten onto the Lion so far. Things shaping up for Teecha's tech team. Fusquash actually going to grab the other water rune as well. Day does have a bottle, it was full, he didn't go for the rune right away, and things looking hard for him. Another kill up top. Wow. Apparently I've made it my job to miss every kill this game, as K7 and Teecha make the play again up top with Boosta. They want to find him next. Teecha gonna have another pounce, gets it off. Dark Pact coming in, takes him down. Teecha claims the kill. And the lane I was thinking was gonna be a bit of a try and come out even is now looking good for him. He claims a couple of kills in this top lane. He is only 17 for 4 in CS, but he's definitely kept up with the kill department. Squash hits that level 6. Looked like he took a brief wander bottom, but saw nothing there. He'll go back to mid, push out the wave. Meanwhile, Day all the way back to farm this 2-stack in his jungle. And yeah, I guess with Storm hitting 6, he just feels that he cannot show in lane. Those have too much pressure put onto him. Squash though, definitely going to be able to use this. Day being so low, he's not going to be able to contest the runes properly. As I say that, Ribs is coming down on the Oracle, but Storm jumps in. Finds him under the tower. Day not able to get the roar off, or is he? Nope, clicked down by Squash. Squash gonna get return killed by the TP of CXC. Ribs coming in with the Purifying Flames to finish it off. Hemsworth made the journey from bot lane to find a haste rune for his troubles. Actually has a bottle of his own. Pops it right away. He's gonna run back down to Fudge. The top Necro is now he's gonna start walking. Wait, is his TP on cooldown? Did they kill him again? Oh. Did they kill him again? They did kill him again. Wow. As that kill was happening mid. And they kill the Wraith King on bottom. DJ Dingus going down to the spear lift combo, it looks like. Wow. These lanes are going disastrously for... Oh my god. Teecha finds Ribs on top. I say it, and I'm gonna preemptively move my camera to bottom, because it seems like whatever side lane I'm looking on, the other side dies. 9-1 as we hit the 7-minute mark. DJ Dingus still just level 5. Fudge has hit level 6. He's gonna look to set up an arena here. And the TP gonna come in from Oracle. Hexed up on Fudge. A7 grabs another kill, move boost to top. Now Fudge sets the arena. Spears in DJ Dingus. Squash gonna come in. He's gonna look to clean up everyone, and he is gonna do it. Hemsworth grabs the third. But they do clean up the bot lane as Day, the only one left alive, trying to catch up in the mid lane. I'm gonna switch over to net worth just because we've already seen 15 kills in this game in 7.5 minutes. Teecha, only one under 3k as he pulls up there, and things looking great for Teecha's tech team. Squash finds an iron tree, first one. First neutral item of the game, I should say, for them. Slowed up by the piggy, but it's okay. He'll wander in, find some CS in the mid. Down bottom, Fudge and Hemsworth putting pressure onto this tier 1 tower. DJ Dingus is in the area. Looks like he doesn't want to contest though, and I do not blame him. Doesn't quite have that level 6 yet. Hemsworth might have seen him. It's close on the vision. Another. The DD's in Squash bottle. He actually popped it. It shows on my minimap for some reason. Fudge gonna be able to take this tower. No contest from DJ Dingus, who's moved back into the jungle. See if he decides to go back for Radiance, and yeah, it looks like he wants to. We'll see if he's able to get the spaces. The map's gonna get closed on pretty quickly. Hemsworth looking for him. Sees the skeletons, knows he's in the area. Looks like he's gonna be content to clean up the CS, and gets 2 of them. Top lane gank being set up by Day. Smoked up actually, and they are going to be able to kill off Teecha. A7 tried his best with the leash, won't be enough, gets Reaper Scythe down. Nice smoke rotation. Day able to pull off the roar, grab a couple of kills for himself. TP's back mid to try and defend the tower. He is very low mana, but it is going to scare Squash away, back him up. He'll just head back into his jungle, farm up some camps, grab a bounty rune, why not? Fudge wants to make the rotation into mid. Fusquash kind of low mana and kind of far away. He's going to start running now, but needs Fudge needs to wait for him to get into range. And they play a very dangerous game right now. They don't actually see him. Now they'll see the axes come out. Fusquash jumps in. Not far enough to grab the stun, and no kill's going to come from that one as they set up onto the tower. UMN pops the glyph, gonna try and save it one more wave, and we'll see if they set up to defend this mid towers. Fudge with the arena, still looking to go in. Fusquash finds and pops an invis rune, gonna walk up the high ground into the triangle and try and get a better angle. CXC gets his smoke broken by Fusquash, but I don't know if he knows! He doesn't know! Fusquash sees Ribs, sees Day, Fudge pops the arena, Fusquash jumps in. Vortex in the arena walls. Ribs uses the false promise to save himself. We'll trade for Fudge there, and actually the Lion Stun comes out. Earth Spike able to keep Fusquash in place for long enough to claim the kill, so it ends up being a 2-for-2 trade, and things looking a little bit scary now, because if the false promise was used onto Day, onto that Beastmaster, maybe he doesn't just die there, and then you get a roar off, then things can start looking really bad. So Dire looking tremendously ahead, but that fight does show you overextend a little too much and things still aren't going that much your way. Teecha has made the rotation down the bottom. See how far he decides he can go up with very limited vision in the jungle, just the one I guess I shouldn't say limited, because this Cliff Ward is ridiculous in that it sees everything in the Radiant jungle. Meanwhile, DJ Dingus still working towards that Radiance. He has started to climb his way back up, but it's not quite up in farm yet. A7 in the meantime, just pushing out this top lane as we're seeing the game slow down just a hair. As I say that, both supports from Radiant decide to make their way up. They see K7. They want a free kill, but not the best way to go in from these three heroes.
I'll take that.
Fusquash sees an arcane rune. He says, "I'll take that. That's mine." Dives in, grabs the bounty. Gonna take the Q with him. Take the Fortune's End with him. No thank you, I don't want to get stunned. Roar dropped onto Hemsworth. He was TPing right in the middle of the mid lane. And thank you very much, I'll bait the Roar out of you. He's stolen axes, which is a very nice steal for himself. But yeah, Roar dropped with no follow-up, and it's a question mark. Hey, just getting chunked by the Rubik axes, and watch out, because if those connected, those actually had a chance of doing 500 damage. 130 damage each, amped by the 4 stacks. Would have been closer than you would have appreciated, absolutely. Top, Mebusta shows on the top tower. 2 TPs come out, Fudge and Fusquash. Fusquash gonna jump straight in. Grabs him with the Vortex, and no follow there. Fudge looked like he wasn't quite on the same page as Fusquash. He wanted to back up a little bit. This Mebusta walked away. Thought they couldn't get the kill. Fusquash jumped straight in, and because of that, there's no follow-up. And all this time where not a ton of pressure, this mid tower, it is finally going to get denied by DJ Dingus. But that one fight where they overextend a little bit really dissuaded them from being able to push that mid tower effectively. Teecha wanted to farm up an item. He was a little bit behind in the laning stage, at least relative to his own cores. He has got a Diffusal Blade ready, and I'd like to see him get active now, because the worst thing in the world is to see you farm up with Diffusal Blades. It doesn't really help you farm, and just continue farming with it. It looks like he is going to agree with that. He's going to run straight into the jungle. They're going to look for Wraith King. A7. They do see him on this Cliff Ward. So, there's the zip in from Fusquash. Gonna take down his first life. Doesn't look like they'll be able to take enough mana, and nope. Reincarn popped, and out they get. Mebusta looking for more, but be content to just scare him off. Fortune's End channeled up onto Hemsworth, now dropped in the mid lane, but again, still a bit far enough away. And on the bot side, Dire of 3 heroes setting up in the jungle. Once more, we get a pause from CXC. And we will take a brief intermission. This water break brought to you by UMN Gold. UMN Gold. When you want your games to be paused in the
It's looking spicy.
Anyway, take a quick peek at the gold graph, and you can see it is still running in the Dire's favor, Northeastern's favor, but yeah, that one fight in the mid lane turn them off from the siege. Tower gets denied. They go on the Wraith King, and like again, deep in his jungle, they go on him. They get the first life. Not enough damage from the Diffusal Blade, or not enough mana burn, I should say, from the Diffusal Blade to take him away from Reincar. He imports in behind him, and without the vision of the mid lane, very hard to continue going on that kill. Fusquash does have an Orchid complete, but he'll be looking to continue jumping, and this Orchid does definitely help him if he wants to jump the Beastmaster, because you don't need to worry about Roar at all. Also, very much so helps if you want to jump someone with the stuns, like the Lion, the Necrophos even. So, a much easier time getting these jumps. Teecha, looking for an S and Y next. Seems like every carry these days goes S and Y. We do see Medallion complete on K7. Perfectly great item this patch as well. Super cheap to upgrade to Solar Crest, which looks like he'll be doing. Fudge, going for that Yule Scepter. Looks like he'll have it in just a moment. And actually, he's got a bottle. Okay, he gave it over. He gave the bottle over to Hemsworth to refill on the haste stream. So back when we were talking about this haste stream that Hemsworth got, I was surprised he had a bottle. It looks like he's borrowing Fudge's bottle to refill. Hemsworth going straight in for Ags. Other side of the river, Day still looking for his Ag Scepter, and this is a late timing at this point. You want to have this Ag Scepter 14 minutes for sure. Really is a huge power spike that once it gets delayed, it's not the easiest to play with, I should say. Hemsworth grabbing some cheeky farm under full vision. There's a Hawk, sees him. Gonna back up to the outpost, but he gets roared and Fortune's ended. He gets a couple purifying flames, will die. Teecha now wants to re-engage as Fudge catches Day on the backside. Teecha gets the ult up. Double Vortex from Fusquash, but Fusquash completely out of mana, is going to be able to click down 2. Teecha gets fingered down, but CXC next to fall. Mebusta going to try and run his way away now, but looks like that's not going to happen. Stunned up from the Grim, Fusquash, and Fudge actually gets, no, K7 gets the final click on him. Good fight. Fudge able to isolate the Beastmaster on the back end. Would have been a huge deal, but he doesn't quite have that Ag Scepter. Still was a nice catch. It's not. I don't want to say it was a bad catch, but would have been the difference maker. Just a difference maker this time. And a nice ult from K7, able to get the 2-man Vortex from Fusquash running in with almost no mana. So, you know, if he doesn't get that 2-man Vortex because of the Soulbind, does Fusquash have enough mana to do that fight? Maybe. Never know. You never know. And Hemsworth wants to be aggro. He gets axes. He's actually gonna have an Ags very soon after Beastmaster has his Ags. Beastmaster has his coming out on the Courier. Hemsworth is just 1,400 gold away. Not even 1,300 gold, and they're gonna take this tier 2. There's not gonna be a contest coming from UMN here. This tier 2 is completely free. Hemsworth has axes, and he will likely have axes when he gets this Ags. with a 1200 mana pool to boot, so yeah, there's that. They do walk right over the outpost
There is little hope
under
for
their smoke.
Dire's middle tower. Radiant's
Draw the line, try and find the supports. Teecha. That's not Teecha. Teecha. You leader finds Day. Fusquash jumps over. That egg's just completed. Not gonna make a difference when you get jumped as Ribs. Not able to TP just on the end. The DD doing enough damage to ensure that extra kill on the support as they find mid and the Oracle. That is gonna be Roshan. They've got the medallion. Playing like a little games about who's gonna take it, but it will eventually go down.
top tower is under
DJ Dingus almost on that Radiance, so they'll have to give it up as he's not in fighting shape just yet. Squash starting to pull away on the net worth as he snowballs just a bit. Got that Kaya complete now. Could go into a Bloodstone if he wants to. Doesn't look like he's going to be dying this game. Got Aegis to boot, and they'll smoke up once again.
Idea.
Follow Fudge this time as they make their smoke into the base. Looking to jump. Find Day once again, and zip in. False Promise gonna save him this time. Fudge, now he drops the ult, misses the spear onto Mebusta. Now two-man Flames, two-man Purge, and fingered down is Fudge. Wraith King gonna drop his first life. Fusquash doesn't want to burn the Aegis just yet. Zips away, dodges the Axis. Hemsworth gonna be next to fall. Does go down, so 2-for-0 trade. Looks like everyone else is gonna get out just fine. Fudge missing the spear on the arena there. They Busta not stunned up, but he didn't even do that much in that fight. Fudge just gets fingered down. Fusquash unable to do the damage he needs to, gets taken down low. They pop the Reincar, but the second time they pop the Reincar and get nothing to show for it because they don't have enough resources to finish the fight.
all mine.
Still, they do get out with Aegis, so they'll be able to reset and just take another fight. They're not behind, there's nothing to worry about, they just gotta reset and reactivate. Cause for concern as the Radiance is finished, however, on DJ Dingus. Looking for that BKB as his next item, absolutely cannot get controlled by the Storm Mars combo. He's aware of this. And Dire gonna secure the jungle. Get this bot wave shoved all the way in. Fusquash actively doing that one now, is working towards that Bloodstone. As I was saying. Fudge and the rest of the team gonna make their way towards the mid lane. There is a DD spawn top that no one's seen as of yet. DJ Dingus ports bot to shove out the tower, and gonna be Fusquash and Ko's signal to head towards the mid lane. Actually, a couple of TPs back into the base, and CXC not sure what to do either. Fudge does spot out the DD rune. Fusquash gonna make his way over. Zips in, bottles that one up. They're actually headed top. Did they see? They saw the Beastmaster Courier! Oh no. Okay, Beast. No, they get out. They're fine. Yeah. Fusquash goes looking, finds nothing. What can you do? Fudge thought for a second he was gonna just start hitting the tower. Gonna chill right outside of tower range. Got this wave here. Finally looking to take this tier 1 top. Teecha has that SNY finished on the courier now, moving in towards a Scotty. Super value pickup against the Wraith King. Also, the extra HP against Beastmaster Axe is pretty nice. You don't just die if you press your ulti. It looks like they might want to smoke up again. They are grouped in their own jungle. There is a smoke on K7 if they choose to use it, but they're gonna head their separate ways. Hemsworth has Vampiric Spirit. Not an aura anymore. He's got skeleton charges, so what can you do? About to finish that Aghanim Scepter. I was saying before he might have it when he had axes. That was some minutes ago. They lost the team fight, so of course he didn't get the gold he needed. 4 skeleton charges. Hemsworth's ready to press him on this tier 2 tower. Didn't get any CS there. Dire glyphs the towers. Radiant was trying to shove in, and they do actually want to defend this UMN. They popped the glyph as well, and it's gonna force them back. Or is it? They're looking to set up to go again. Hemsworth reveals the position by stealing Vampiric Spirit again. They have lost the tier 2 mid Teecha's tech team has in the meantime. Or the tier 2 top, I should say. Fusquash shows on the lane, dips his way out, and it looks like they're going to retreat, having just traded a tier 2 top for nothing as Aegis expires. Fudge gonna take over duties of shoving the spot lane as Teecha farms up some camps behind him. And we have seen Wraith King make a complete recovery up to the top network. Of course, he is farming with the his Radiance completed, so that plus Skeleton's gonna keep him nice and healthy in the farm department. Smoke comes out from UMN Gold. They're gonna be headed towards K7. They probably gonna be the one leading with this new Blink Dagger he's picked up. K7, wise to it, gonna back out as quickly as he can. Good vision drop down. Actually in range of a sentry ward though. And might have been what tipped him off. K7, a nice job of avoiding that gank entirely. Looks like an Aeon Disc is actually what's queued up next from Day. Doesn't want to get just 100 to 0'd by Storm and Co. Who have really set up shop in the Dire jungle, in the Radiant jungle, I should say. Hemsworth does have that Aghanim Scepter complete, as the full 5-man smoke gonna come out. Fudge, no Blink Dagger. Fusquash actually jumps all the way forward. Gonna finally boost him. We boost to Orchid it up. Vortex down. And will be taken down quickly. The whole team does show on that, but they'll be able to claim the tier 1 top as they were right in the area. Clean pickoff. Better result. It was exactly what UMN was hoping for in their smoke gank. They weren't able to find it. Teecha's tech team were able to find it. Fudge actually looking for a BKB next. I like it. He doesn't need to be the first guy in. You got Fusquash. He'll just zip right through. Be able to Vortex. He'll set up ults for you there. As you counter initiate, and Fusquash steps forward under a ward. CXC, no Blink Dagger, but was looking for him. Fudge gets roared up. Now Fusquash jumps the backlines. Oracle, he is going to fall during the Orchid. And the Lion gets picked off as well on the other side. Axe is able to finish off Fudge, but Teecha comes in. He's going to take down Day. Wraith King looking to be next to fall. It's on the backside, and they boost it, taken down by Fusquash. Actually, Hemsworth with the final blow there, and Teecha gonna clean up DJ Dingus eventually. DJ Dingus trying to get the return kill, does actually find it on K7, able to crit him down the mischance, and the Radiance Burn giving him just enough, but does fall himself. We see a 2 for 5 trade, 2,500 gold swing. And this was what we were talking about when the draft went the way it did. You know, these backlines really are just food for Storm. Storm jumps onto the Oracle. Oracle not able to get a false promise off in that fight because he's Orchided from the beginning. And Lion falls in a very similar fashion. He gets bursted down almost immediately. Teecha jumps away. Stuns up Hemsworth with the Fortune's End that he dragged along, but not a big deal at all. He's actually moving at 545 move speed when he's Shadow Dance. Got the Ag Shard, which is loud. Gonna be looking to drop that in team fights. Roche will respawn in a minute and a half. That'll come with an Ag Shard of its own as well. Fudge completes the BKB. And fights are going to look a lot harder for Radiant now, and that last fight looked pretty hard in and of itself. DJ Dingus does have the BKB complete now, looking for a Blink Dagger, as he wants to cause some havoc on the back lines himself. Obviously, he can't fight on the front lines. Well, his team just gets taken down, but he too scared to even find a wave. Rightly so. I mean, this is a death trap of wards from the Dire right now. This ward's beautiful, by the way. You only put a sentry up on the high ground, you will not see it. Pretty epic. Hemsworth steals axes with Ags. By the way, just wanted to throw that out there. I talked about it before. He has done it now. He has 0-second cooldown axes on 1500 mana pool with, I guess he's got a clarity now, so not really 10 mana. But a very potent spell to combine with Arcane Supremacy. They'll be able to just toss those up onto the high ground if they do decide to go for it. It'll also make taking Roche really fast. They do have that Solar Crest complete as well. Roche gonna respawn now, actually. They haven't scouted it. They should know it's coming up. And Teecha gonna back on the mid wave. He might check it or not. He's just gonna actually pull the mid wave in. They're gonna try and take the tier 2. They doing as much as he can. Try to keep the wave off of the tower with the axes. Trying to just stall as much as he can. Let his Wraith King catch up. I guess not catch up, but get that extra item and that Blink Dagger.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And he will get there. Only got 700 gold away. Blue Squash not going to use any of his rune. And Teecha decides, hey, you know what, I'm just going to hit the tower. I've got a Solar Crest. Got my team behind me. They can't fight us. I'm just going to hit the tower. Who needs creeps? Blue Squash zips into the trees. Looks like he's just trying to improve his angle. Hemsworth. Axes do so much damage. You thought they do so much damage when they're on Beastmaster. They do even more when they're on Rubik. There's the zip. Gonna be off the mark, and Oracle was out of position, but Blue Squash didn't expect him to be that out of position, so over zips him. Not a big deal. Hemsworth misses the axes. Looks like he might be in a spot of trouble now. His team's kind of left him for dead. Blue Squash gonna re-engage now. DJ Dingus taken down by Teecha. Looks like he'll be taken down a second time. Then pops the BKB, gonna try and turn it around a little bit, but falling quite low, and Teecha forced to disengage. Now, Fudge does still have the ulti. Pops the arena, catches 2. Spears DJ Dingus straight through the arena because he was leashed. Disaster. Foo Squash gonna fall because of it. DJ Dingus finally gonna go down, as well as Medusa. Buyback from the Oracle, but not gonna do enough as Teecha finds CXC as well. Hemsworth gets out on just a sliver, and that is a terrible interaction. You never want to see it when it's on your team. I don't know if Fudge knew about it. Something that I knew about, definitely didn't think about until it just happened, but it looked like it was going to be a clean kill onto Wraith King, right? Mebusta finally, Mebustas. Whew. Man. DJ Dingus, looked like he was going to just get speared down and killed. Nope, it doesn't get speared into the arena wall because the leash lets you go through it. Breaks the leash, they're able to retether on the other side, but Foo Squash gets caught out of position because of it. So the fight ends up your way, but Foo Squash takes 100 and something second death timer because he of course got Reaper Scythe down. And that's so sad, right? Fudge does everything right there, short of knowing the interaction, and I can't blame him for not, you know, thinking about it in the moment. And you know, you expect you spear someone into the wall, they get stunned, right? They get stunned and they take a lot of damage. And guess what? He speared him into the wall and it saved him for a little bit instead. That's super sad. But hey, what can you do? See all of Radiant hiding up on the high ground. They know a push is coming at some point. Storm's still dead, by the way. This is where UMN Gold has to play 4 versus 5. They have one ward, and it sees a sliver of the triangle and outside of their high ground top. And they have one ward that sees a little sliver of their jungle and outside of their high ground bottom. And that's it for their vision. You know, this is what they see. Pretty scary. You don't really want to go out on the map there, do you? Meanwhile, Dire controlling some key locations. Overall doing a good job with it. Fudge has the Egg Shard from Roche. Hasn't given it to anyone yet. Of course, he has his own Egg Shard already. He's gonna give it to Fusquash. Fusquash gonna give some overload charges over to his buddies. And it looks like everyone has the shard on his team, right? I think there's show items. Doesn't show it. Nice. Well, I do believe everyone has it, yeah. Everyone's got the shard. The shard party. The other side, I believe no one has the shard. I guess Wraith King has it, Wraith King. He got those extra skeletons. DJ Dingus, Blink completed, looking for an Assault Cuirass. Don't know if it'll be the solution to his problems. They are down 20k net worth at 35 minutes. Getting the top lane out as far as he can. Squash bottles up a haste rune. Gonna activate it to run top. DJ Dingus knows some troubles on the horizon. Squash misses the zip. Connects on the second one. DJ Dingus BKB TP. He will get out of there. Squash immediately TPs to the outpost. They want to make something of this while he's on double damage haste. Roar. Put onto K7. Squash zips in and is able to find him. Aeon Disc does get popped. Now the leash. Fudge not gonna spear anyone through it this time, as Rib's gonna be the first to fall. They boost the next. Lion and Day get cleaned up on the backside off the camera. As Teecha makes his way over, gonna claim DJ Dingus, and that should be it. Question mark? I don't know if they'll call it this early. It wouldn't be wrong to call it right now. Hemsworth has stolen axes again. Teecha gonna go in, find Day. That's a dieback from Day. Yeah, now absolutely calling it would be a thing. They're not going to. They're gonna play it out. Remember, Teecha does have the Aegis. Fusquash was dead when they took it, but looks like he wants to back out and regen. They could, yeah, they can just go through him. It's not even super scary. They've got Aegis, they've got everything. Hemsworth tosses Fusquash forward. Glyph comes out, toss him into fountain, says DJ Dingus. Yeah, even if you do that, I'm not sure you win, my friend. Down 27k is not really a thing. You see that Slark Shard get tossed down. Fusquash jumps forward, gonna find Ribs once again. Such is the life of an Oracle behind 27k on his team. They boost the next one down, and GG does get called. Dominating performance by Teecha's tech team. Northeastern really showing out. Squash doing a great job picking off the back lines all game. Really keeping Oracle from having an impact. Super hard game for him. Take a quick look. Breakdown. Squash doing the most damage. Being a player, you know. Just being a player. There were a couple of good fights. UMN did take some good fights, and especially early, they were able to punish the dives that Teecha's tech team overcommitted on. But in the end, you know, they didn't overcommit on that many of them. So while it might have scared them off in the short term from some powers, namely the mid-tier 1, didn't overall make the game too hard for them. See 15-3 coming out of Food Squash. We see 10-2 coming out of Teecha. Overall, nice game one from Teecha's tech team. We're going to see if they can keep that momentum as they move into game two. Meanwhile, UMN Gold trying to swing things their way with a game two to force a game number 3. So we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back when the game does begin once again. Stick with us. Alright, here we are back again. Draft of game number 2. Lobby made whack, so you can't see who won, but Teecha's tech team, nice victory in game 1, some 30-something minutes, I believe. Go with the same opening bands, Phoenix Lifestealer. UMN bans out Wind and the Beastmaster themselves, because obviously they did not have first pick like they did last game, so they didn't want Teecha's tech team to be able to pick up the Beastmaster like they did previously. 1. We will see the first picks coming up just now. Last game, first 4 picks actually were pretty fast. See if UMN Gold and Teecha's tech team have done their homework this game. I'm inclined to say no. Foo Squash not yet picking hero number 1. Unsure of the direction they want to take it. I can't imagine that the Beastmaster, with too big of a shock, is banned first phase. Maybe Wind was, but I don't think that's really a first pick hero for them. They do grab up the Snapfire. Most likely we'll be seeing that one run as support. I don't see that being a flex pick for Foo Squash, but you never know. He does love to pick a flex quite early in the draft.
5 seconds remain.
UMN, we'll see if they're a bit scared off of the squishy backline supports, like the Oracle, the Lion, who ended up just being food for Foo Squash's Storm Spirit all of last game. You don't necessarily want to go into every game scared of, you know, what might happen in the last one. I like that they didn't ban out anything that they lost to last game. I appreciate not being, oh no, we need to ban out every hero that they played, because, you know, ultimately that's not not really gonna help you. And you do want to play your own game, so if they want those heroes, they should pick those heroes. I just would like them to see them pick a little bit more synergy with their supports. If they want that Oracle, find someone who's gonna go in and abuse the false promise, or find something to protect it. And they do pick a similar style. They go for the Shadow Demon. It is a save. They have picked, so that's the other thing. They have picked a save now. Before Teecha's tech team has really picked any stun that you want to save someone from. Which it can be good if you want to, you know, convince them not to pick something like that, something with a big stun. It could also be good to, you know, hide the Shadow Demon, pick it in the next phase. I don't know. I mean, that's getting into the semantics of drafting and how you want to weave the ebb and flow of your draft, right? But it's not like the Shadow Demon counters anything now, or you don't need it to save from, like, Snapfire Cookie.
It is Radiant's ban.
Enchantress.
Actually grab the Enchantress on Teecha's tech team.
Dire's turn to ban.
So I'm imagining that the Snap Ench are your supports, and we'll see them build up their draft from here.
Radiant's turn to ban.
Meanwhile, a pick I didn't talk about, UMN Gold going straight for the Centaur as their first pick. I don't know if this hero is really first pick material. I mean, I feel like it's something that you could just get later in the draft if you wanted it, after you see the matchup maybe, or... But hey, they wanted it, so they got it. Just need to make sure that they build continue, I should say, to build their draft around it. Don't want to leave it floating, but Centaur definitely synergizes with a lot more heroes.
10 seconds remain.
Or a lot more kinds of heroes, I should say, than Oracle does.
5 seconds. Dire's turn to pick. Radiant's turn to pick.
Drow Ranger.
And the immediate Drow pickup from UMN, so Teecha's tech team banned out a couple of carries and the Juggernaut and the Void. Stuff that looks like could, you know, get away from Ench, but I mean, there's obviously more to it than that, but definitely poses problem.
5 seconds.
Rana as well taken out by them. Meanwhile, UMN Gold banning out the Storm. That was a hero that we saw last game. But also the Troll of the PL as they pick up their Drow. So they don't want anything jumping onto the Drow immediately. They do have save for the Drow, as well as making disruption illusions of Drow is no joke. We will see if Fusquash decides to pick up something like his mid hero now. Or if he wants to play it safe, you know, maybe pick up an offlaner now that you see that it's a Drow Shadow Demon lane. You could always pick up your +1, you see it's a Centaur, so you really have a lot of flexibility in what you want to pick and when. Not having last pick, it really is going to come down to what they want to make sure doesn't get banned out. And this third pick should tell us a little something about their game plan here. And there you go. They don't want the Dusa banned out, they'll pick it for themselves. UMN Gold did win their game 3 last week with a Dusa game. That game lasted the range of like 68 minutes. This game already does not have the markings to last that long, but Teecha's tech team was wary that they were going to pick a Drow Dusa strat, which they did do in that other game. So Dusa mid, Drow safe lane could pose some problems when you have Snapfire, Eng, two heroes that don't have the wave clear, or at least not insane wave clear. Snapfire obviously does have some. Eng has none. But so it feels almost like a deny pick for them. Ancient Apparition picked up for UMN Gold. Try and take down the Dusa for this mana. And there you have it, Ricky. Another jump the back lines, Shadow Demon AA. Remember what I was saying about squishy supports last game? Same exact thing here. Ricky gonna have a field day feasting on these supports, feasting on Drow as well. Drow gonna need some mobility item, most likely. Hurricane Pike. Gonna need that pretty early. But then, you know, you're worried about Ricky the whole game, your AA, your Shadow Demon need to be so far out of the fights. You're gonna have some Dusa issues. So it's really gonna be about the lanes, I think, for this game already, without seeing the last picks, without even seeing the last bans. If UMN Gold loses lanes, especially if they lose lanes as hard as they did last game when it was like 7-1 or whatever, they're gonna be in for hell of problems. We saw Teecha go Diffusal Blade Slark last game. No reason to believe he won't go Diffusal Blade Ricky this game. You still can go more of a farming build. I don't see him doing it against these squishy supports. Obviously, Battle Fury, you could cleave them down, but Diffuse is such a good item, and now that Tricks of the Trade has such a agi increase, such a high agi increase, I don't see him going for it, but you never know. Especially with Medusa too. Medusa is going to be like vacuuming all the farm off the map. So he gets an early Diffusal Blade. Drow's in a lot of trouble till she gets Pike. Shadow Demon AA gonna just be dying left and right. We do see Sniper and Invoker banned out by Teecha's tech team. UMN Gold taking out the Tide. They will take out one more offlaner. And we will most likely see a Fudge hero picked here. Sand King's in the pool. They won't pick it, I don't think. I don't think they've picked it in the patch, and I don't actually know how Sand King is in the patch. Well, Big Fudge Sand King is in the pool. I'd like to see something with Wave Clear get picked up in the 3 position.
10 must choose.
Okay, not a Wave Clear, but definitely a win more hero here. Huge burst damage for these squishies. He's gonna go Ags on the CK. It's gonna be CK3, Ricky 1, Dusa 2. when he gets this Ags, you're gonna have Medusa illusions running around, you're gonna have extra CK illusions running around. Super scary. Drow's the only one who can actually deal with waves. Like, Centaur can deal with waves if there's no threat to himself, because he has to show inside of the wave, but if CK sends Phantasms down a lane, Centaur's not going to have the most fun time dealing with them, because the threat of Ricky just jumping on you and killing you. And sure, it's a Centaur, you're not going to just kill him, but, you know, you get Ricky jumped at the cookie and issues. So UMN Gold now absolutely needs to find a pick that gets some good wave. Shadow Demon can get the creeps, not really the heroes. And Arc Warden picked up. Oh baby. How interesting. Fusquash gonna take the Chaos Knight. And Big Fudge takes the Medusa. They want the matchup against the Arc Warden. Oh. I don't know if I've ever seen Big Fudge play Medusa. I'm sure he's got a game on it or something, but I don't know that I've seen it, so it will be interesting to see him take this in the off lane against Drow. Maybe they'll lane Ricky plus Snapfire against Drow and do Henchdusa. The Henchdusa sounds so sad. Their lanes are feeling weird for me now, even if they... Like, I feel like Chaos Knight Ench would still just a fine lane, but we'll see how they decide to line up against these heroes from UMN Gold. I do like their draft. I think that they absolutely have a very strong timing in the mid game and do scale into the late game with those extra Phantasm illusions once CK gets Ags. So we'll see what kind of farm priority they give the Dusa. Here we go, game 2 underway. Bars update. I thought they were going to be gold and silver for a second. I've not seen that before. Go ahead and introduce Teecha's tech team. First, we see Fusquash taking the CK into the mid lane. We see Hemsworth playing on the Enchantress. We see K7 handling up the Snapfire. Now Teecha really taking the Ricky. And Big Fudge taking his Medusa. Something I still, like I was saying, I have not seen. Now on the other side of the river, Shadow Demon going to be handled by Ribs. They're actually on a smoke, so going to make these introductions quick as Mebusta. On his Centaur, we see Zelos on his AA. It's a new player. I believe he did not play in game 1. Day takes the Arc Warden DJ Dingus on the Drow. They smoke in, under the ward, get spotted out, Ribs does, Mebusta now gets a smoke popped, and there are heroes smoked behind. Hemsworth gonna pop, and both teams know what's going on. Now it's kind of a brawl. Teecha jumps forward on Ribs. Ribs was up on the high ground. He's gonna be caught out of position, disrupts himself to try and save. He will not get saved. Maybe he will. Fairy Fire Mebusta with a nice 2-man stun. He is actually gonna run his way out of there as Ribs. Ribs salves up. Mystic Snake comes in, does a lot of damage, and after all that, nothing happens. Noob, says Ribs. I didn't stun, says Fusquash. He thought we had him. Well, you didn't. Immediate regret. But, hey. Got a Fairy Fire, got a salve. It was enough. So yeah, Fusquash immediately wanted this matchup. We'll see how it goes for him in the mid lane. DK vs Arc Warden is not one I believe I've seen, or I've definitely not played it before. And Zelos, I do believe this is a different player. I don't think he changed his name. I know they had extra people standing around, or I believe they did for their series last week. So we'll see how he fares on the AA. See if he does any differently or any better. You know, as they try and win this game too in the best of 3. Of course, games don't show up on the top because lobby is broken, but Teecha's tech team playing on Radiant, they did win game number 1. Teecha off to a far better start this game than he was last game. 7-2 for CS. He's leading the board. Fusquash falling a bit low in the mid lane, but he knows how to play his hero. 5-0 versus the Arc Wardens. 4-0. Things are going just fine for him. Sucks him in into the creeps. Now tosses the stun. Gets another right click onto him. All the harass he can. And look at this, how different is this game? Still 0-0 2 minutes in. I think there was like 14 kills in the first 8 minutes of the last game. We'll see if this game kicks off to as rock as a start as it did then. Water runes have spawned, neither mid's gone for one. Fusquash with the stun up, Day falls a bit low, does have a salve. Fusquash actually is probably waiting for his bottle if he can afford to before he gets one of these water runes. Has bought it now. TJ Dingus says stop. As Fudge has to wait all the way back at his tower. He'll be plenty happy here. Snake only hits creeps. Feels bad. And yeah, we'll have to take note of Fudge's build as well. Yeah, Fusquash waited all the way till he got his bottle. Does pick up the water rune now. Gets the bottle delivered to him just after Day. Gonna go and snag the other one. No bottle for him, it seems. He doesn't go for the play to steal this bounty rune. But Fusquash will have a bounty to come back to.
It's looking spicy.
Getting out onto Ribs. Teecha wants to go on him. Cookie not actually taken. A7 took a point into the Scatter Blast. So, not the most kill threat without Cookie, but tons of minus armor, so actually maybe it is. Ribs just steps forward too far. Does disrupt himself to buy a little bit of time. A boost to come in and try and stun, but Teecha able to blink strike over. Gets first blood. A7 gets chased down by Mebusta, but not enough. Stun gonna be off the mark as well, so uses Stomp, uses some of that mana, gets the minus armor attached to him. This is no Blightstone as well from K7, you can just see how much damage it is when you use that level 2 Shredder. Fusquash grabs the bounty, secure himself a water rune as well. Day, gonna walk down to the other water. Look at this, Hemsworth gets the full pull off. Starts the tornado and immediately cancels it. Feels bad. Just poking at DJ Dingus. Actually dealing a lot of damage with this Wild Wing, Jesus. Half pull gets off from Zelos. Hemsworth gonna be able to farm it up with the Wild Wing. Now Hemsworth a little bit out of position as bottom. A7 goes down and Teecha not able to find the kill on Ribs. So it looks like they went aggro and went a bit too aggro. Unfortunately. 1-1 coming into the 5-minute mark of this game. We do see the top 3 CS leaders, however, on Radiant side, on Teecha's tech team side. This Wild Wing is so huge. 1250 HP. Then can just do whatever it wants. Fusquash pops the Phantasm, looking for Day, does get the pull. Only a 2-second stun, trying to push into him. AA does TP, Day getting clicked down, pops the Fairy Fire. Fusquash does not get stunned by the cold feet. Day trying to juke his way in the trees. Phantasm is gonna see him, stun comes out, pulls him in, gets the kill. Fusquash dancing around 3 of them, gonna pop the TP. No mana on Ribs, he was checking it the whole time, was Fusquash. TP's right back to the tower and is ready to put pressure on, has those bottle charges to boot. Beautifully executed by Fusquash. That was exciting. See a couple of heroes TP and Fusquash just plays it the whole way. Sees the Shadow Poisons come out. Big Fudge and Hemsworth chasing on DJ Dingus. Didn't see this till just now. Watching that mid kill. DJ Dingus able to juke his way through the trees, makes his way out, fine. Hemsworth does run into him. DJ Dingus trying to play it close so he can't get hit by the impetus. But what happens then? You just get right-clicked to death, so, sorry. Hemsworth cold-feeded. Does have the Nature's Attendants, gonna heal him up pretty nicely, and it looks like he should be just fine. Zealous. Not enough damage to kill him, and Hemsworth with the medallion just tries to turn onto him while he's got those spirits. Still active Teecha. Looks like they trade 1-for-1 K7 for Ribs in the bot lane. K7 going down to the Shadow Poison stacks post-mortem. 6 kills, 7 minutes into the game. So where we will fall this game. Day, the other guy with the Illusion ultimate, pops his in the mid lane. Doesn't have that Midas just yet, so a little bit sad. But it should be up again for when he gets that Midas. Yeah, 1,000 gold. It's up in 30 seconds. It's actually super short cooldown to 60 seconds, so probably use it one more time before he's got to hold it for the Midas. Teecha, yep, does have that Diffusal Blade queued up. Red's one Wraith Band, he'll go straight for it. He's level 6 now as well. I'd like to see Maybusta try and take this stack. It is just a 2-stack, but you don't want to give this one away. Meanwhile in the mid, Jesus. Blue Squash and K7. K7 makes the rotation, they're able to pull him under the tower. Blue Squash gonna look for more Ribs. Quite a squishy hero, so... Oh, the ward comes down just too late, they lose vision, doesn't matter, Ribs turns around to try and keep the Shadow Poison stacks going. 5 stacks on a K7, it's not gonna be too much. Shadow Demon Illusion's trying to bash into him. Poison is gonna expire. Meanwhile, Hemsworth did find a kill up in the top lane. K7 gets out on 100 HP. Hemsworth and Fudge able to chase down Ancient Apparition in here while DJ Dingus had to go to the jungle because the Ench doing just too much damage to him. Big Fudge gonna take this tower for free. Hemsworth actually gets the last hit on it. Maybusta gets stunned up by the cookie. Now just gonna turn on to K7 and kill him. Oh no! Tried to get cute with the cookie play and gets double-edged for his troubles. Oh no. Hold that thought as Foo Squash with the Invis rune. He picks it up. He's gonna make his way to the top lane. They've seen DJ Dingus here. DJ Dingus, only level 5. Takes about half his HP from one snake and just gets pulled in under tower, under his own tier 2 by Foo Squash. Big Fudge claims the kill. Ribs TPs as well, but if he's not careful, he could be just the next to fall. Foo Squash gonna let the Phantasm Illusions die to the tower, and that should be the end of the gank. And DJ Dingus just not having a fun time this game. What can you do? What can you do? Drow against CK. You would think the lane against Dusa goes alright, but you got an Enchantress in your face. Ancient Apparition, unable to do anything to keep him off of you. Meanwhile, it's about to be 10 minutes. This is no boots on your Arc Warden. He's gonna get ganked again. Centaur ult tries to get him away, will not do enough. He gets stunned up. DJ Dingus shows up to this fight as well. Foo Squash gonna look to pull him in, does get the vision, pulls him in. Now the Gust, push away Teecha. Nice cookie from K7, catches everyone. Teecha trying to make his way out, actually goes back in on DJ Dingus, does fall. Foo Squash looking to be next, but he's dealing a lot of damage, finds kill before he dies. 2 for 2 is the trade. DJ Dingus, real important Gust there. If he doesn't get the Gust off, he just dies and this game's looking over. Delos gonna be next to fall, gets the Ice Blast off in return, but wandered himself a little bit out of position as the Radiant supports were able to hang around. And honestly, you could say the same about K7's cookie. The fight looked disastrous for Radiant, and all of a sudden this cookie comes in and hits everyone. Whew, man. Teecha showing up there with no Diffusal. Feels pretty bad. We're going to switch over to net worth just so we can show the disparity. It is a 4K net worth lead already, coming up on 11 minutes into the game. Top 3 net worth. Heroes do belong to the Radiant, and look at your Arc Warden's net worth. This is No Boots Arc Warden trying to get his Midas, just does get it now. Actually used the clone right before he got on the main hero, so a little like 40-second extra downtime on the Midas for the clone, but what can you do? Foo Squash looking to put siege to this mid tower with the Cardi. They are going to be able to take it. K7 grabs it with the Shredder. Foo Squash is looking for any support who sticks his nose out just a little bit too far and might find DJ Dingus instead. They walk straight up the high ground. They did have an Observer Ward. Silence. Gus comes out. Is going to be able to slow him down for now. Snapfire ult. Comes in, slows him down just enough for Foo Squash to get in range for the pull. Claims yet another kill on him. He's going to get his armlet in just a few seconds off of that. And yeah, Day not having a game, DJ Dingus not having a game, your Centaur. Stunned up under tower, Foo Squash makes the rotation, Teecha trying to go, Ribs is there, Ribs has disruption, will use it on the Ricky. Banish gonna stop the Ice Blast from connecting and Stampede away. Gonna lose Zelos, my Booster gonna get out, but Ribs TP'd into this one, can't TP away. He's gonna be next. And now all your cores are getting shut down if you're on Dire. You've lost all your towers. This bot tier 1 gonna be the last tier 1 to fall. Meanwhile, Fudge has a Vanguard. Yeah. Has a Vanguard. He's top net worth. He's been farming away. We've seen Teecha join fights and Fudge not join fights. You know, as your offlaner should. Should not join fights, I mean, in this case, when you're an offlane Medusa. He's gonna go for that early Aghanim Scepter. Looks like he's going for this the Stone Gaze build that we've seen pop up infrequently. With the cooldown reduction, perhaps. If the game gets to that point, as Zelos and Teecha kills Zelos with the help of K7's armor reduction. Of course, if I could talk, that would be great. Foo Squash, double damage in the bottle with his armlet. They might just put siege to this mid tier 2 if they really want to, as hold on, they ping out Ribs, they see him. No armor, but no vision, so he's going to be able to get his way back away. Meanwhile, away from his team, Foo Squash just kills DJ Dingus straight up, you know, pops that DD, turns his armlet on, and pulls him in, kills him. That's the end of that. DJ Dingus can't show in any lane. If he shows in any lane, he just dies. Right, Mebusta's been hiding in this bot lane. Just pushing it out. It's not the wrong play. But he's not been really able to join his team because they're not strong enough. And it leaves no space for Drow at all. His map's just completely closed on. Deuce is farming his jungle. Deuce is copying, or maybe Boost is copying the build of Vanguard into Ags. And perhaps we'll see a play get made here. I don't know. There's not really a hero that can make plays. Centaur's the one you'd think of, but Drow and Arc Warden both aren't in the position to be able to fight right now. They're gonna try and take control of their triangle. Zelos hits a nice ult on K7. K7 does get taken down as the supports were kind of running into no man's land, right? We see Foo Squash top. See Big Fudge hitting those jungle creeps like he's wont to do. Teecha was farming bottom. Don't know if he showed on the Centaur when they walked up this high ground. They do have vision here, but sticking your nose where you don't belong when you're going triangle with no cores. Anyway, they do claim the top tier 2, does Teecha's tech team, and Fudge continues to be top net worth on the map. Gonna have his Aghanim Scepter soon. He's been completely uncontested. Super close, actually, just 700 gold away. Teecha building into a Yasha. He's gonna go mad to this game. Purge off the silence from the Drow. Midases are up for day. Get a little influx of cash. Use your Midas, please. Use your Midas, please. Please stay. Don't. Okay. Meanwhile, Roshan, there's absolutely no way UMN Gold can contest this. unfortunately. They would just straight up lose the fight. It's level 2 Stone Gaze coming in. They are going to send an Ice Blast. It's not going to be enough, but it will hit them. Deal some damage. Blue Squash toggles the armlet during the AAL. It's not going to be enough, but Centaur finally claims that tower. He's been setting up there for 16 minutes, slowly chipping away. They've brought no other heroes to the bot lane to try and push with him, and he does just get the tower for free. Not really for free because they gave up Roche, but they weren't going to be able to contest that anyway, so, you know, hey. Hemsworth, we haven't talked about it for a little while, has that Solar Crest completed. We see Snapfire, K7, as a medallion. Actually, this is something I didn't mention. Didn't actually notice till now, but medallion and Solar Crest. The thing. We saw it during that Roche, I just kind of ignored it because I was seeing all the minus armor. Blue Squash pops the Phantasm, wants to go up the high ground. Will back off when he loses vision. Snapfire will gonna zone them away and make sure that they can take this tier 2 mid, and you can just see how far these Dire Cores have to play away from the fight. Like this is a tier 2 being taken, and they're hiding behind their racks. So, pretty terrifying stuff. Fudge has that Aghanims complete. Blue Squash TP'd back. Mebusta was setting up in this bot lane trying to shove into the tier 2, but he is just gonna die. Gets the stomp off. Gonna run towards Blue Squash. Nope, you're just gonna get clicked down. And Teecha able to stick around and just, you know, stay because they're so strong. So pick off the supports, and it's kind of sad, right? You see Rainbow TPs coming in this tier 2. You see Foo Squash back killing your Centaur, and you're like, hey, we can go take our map back. We can find anyone that's stuck around. We can get wards up in our triangle. We can play there. We have vision. You know, with this ward. And the answer is no, because you're 9k behind at 18 minutes. Teecha has an Aegis, and he's just going to run right at you. Maelstrom completed from Day, looking towards a Pike next. Drow also going for the Force Staff now. Didn't go Lance, went Manta first, so gonna go for that Force beforehand. Feels like it's not gonna be enough. Feels like this game's already pretty much wrapped up. They'll have a high ground defense fight for sure. It's not like they have 0 chance, but 93% win probability with a 10k net worth lead at 19 minutes, and oops, I've completely clicked off of the game. We don't talk about those, right? We don't talk about those. Hey everyone, look, it's Luna. Luna's in this game, right? Not what I meant to do at all. Not what I meant to do at all. I didn't miss anything. Foo Squash doing a little bash. Teecha dives up the high ground. Has his Yasha in his backpack. He doesn't even need it for the fight. They take down Day. K7 gets him with the spit. DJ Dingus with the gust, gonna be able to get his way away. Foo Squash already all the way behind the Ancient. Basically diving the fountain. Sellers with the Shadow Amulet. Gonna be able to survive. The whole team is behind the fountain. Foo Squash and Teecha under the tier 3 mid, just claim the kill. Fudge, Hemsworth, I mean, I don't know. They're all standing in this little safe place from the towers, right? Because the towers at this point are scarier than the heroes. See, Mebusta finally gonna TP back, but was sitting top the whole time. Fudge has not pressed Stone Gaze once this game. He doesn't really need to, but he's got that Ags for the snakes. Teecha gonna find DJ Dingus. Does trade K7 for it. Fudge tosses the snake, only gonna hit one. Fudge, now's the time to hit Stone Gaze. Zealous gonna get clicked down. Hemsworth gonna claim the kill. Foo Squash coming back in. Now there's the Stone Gaze, gonna hit nobody as they're all running back towards the fountain. Teecha trying to claim Day, running all the way back to his fountain. Hemsworth somehow further forward than he is. Mibusta gonna get disrupted to save his life from Fusquash. He's popped the Phantasm, will now fall once he's popped out. This is gonna wrap up just about game 2 of the best of 3 grand finals, so of course UMN Gold not ready to just GG out, to give up the series, to give up the overall tournament, but this game is all but over at this stage. Ice Blast gonna come through. It is gonna kill off Teecha. There you go. There's your carry dead. The Fusquash looking to be next. Armlet toggles his way in. Second armlet toggle keeps him alive. DJ Dingus is gonna take him down. Hemsworth gonna be next to fall. Big Fudge getting the ult from K7, trying to claim day, but not gonna be enough damage from that. Fudge trying to do his best he can, is gonna fall. DJ Dingus with the triple kill. Day makes his way out alive. Okay, we're throwing, says Hemsworth. DJ Dingus thinks it's impossible to throw at this point. Was almost a 4K net worth swing from that fight. Liquid are doing it, yes. It's time to call GG if you're Radiant. You know, you've lost it this time. Move on to game 3. They spent a long time standing here, you know, and they don't have the best of tower hitters. So it's not like they have the easiest time taking down the tier 3, but at the same time, I don't know. Standing here for so long just feels kind of BME to me. Just hit the towers. Alright. Win probability, Dota Plus says, oh yeah, the great chance, and now it's just like 73. Because, you know, now it's only an 8k net worth lead. 22 minutes, I mean, it was what, like 14? It was like 12. Now it's 8. And it's not like you're back in the game. It's not like you're winning. It's not like any of that. He did actually go back for the Lance instead of the Force, where Day did pick up the Force first. Ags is complete on Centaur. Big item there for the damage reduction. It's not like they're completely out of the game, but it's not like that fight put him well into it either. I just wanted to make that distinction because Fusquash, you know, Armlet Manta is a big boy. Big Fudge has an Ags, has a Vanguard. He doesn't deal a ton of damage, is going Octarine, so he is going, like I was theorizing, that ulti build with the cooldown reduction and all that. I believe this is the full Ag Scepter complete. Yeah, that's all the pieces, right? Yeah. So it is the full Ag Scepter for K7. Hemsworth going back for that Glimmer. Going back for Treads as a casual cloak. Lol. Teecha does find DJ Dingus. DJ Dingus caught out, farming his Ancients, goes down. That triple kill just gives more gold over to Teecha, I suppose. Yeah, no vision here. He's just farming his triangle. Unprotected, so. They find the CK. CK is quite alone. Fusquash. Manta dodges the Centaur stun. Now the Phantasm. Big Fudge spit in to the fight with the ult popped. Is gonna save Fusquash. Mibusta is gonna be the one to die instead. That just feels a little bit bad, right? You catch a guy out, you've done everything right. He Manta dodges your stun. Yikes. And you end up dying for it. Not gonna hit the towers, instead they're gonna look for more. Fusquash pulls in Day, didn't have the stun off cooldown, so now Teecha's in. Teecha able to blink his way away. Fudge all the way behind the tier 3 again. It's not like they can take him down. Anyway, Fusquash spit all the way in. Now he's gonna get disrupted up. He's in a bit of a sticky situation here. The AA Blast gonna be off the mark, and that'll allow him to just walk straight away. As all the heroes are too scared to run into tower range, so they keep gathering in this section behind the towers. They're not strong enough to just straight sit outside the fountain, but they don't want to sit in the tower range if they're not hitting the tower. Fudge cold feeted up, slowed, will get stunned. Kinda stacking the stomp and the cold feet stun. Teecha jumps back in on the back, picks off the AA. DJ Dingus getting clicked on by all those Phantasm illusions and will fall. On the back, K7 did fall through the Shadow Poison, but trades his life for it. Ice Blast coming through, clips Foo Squash, gonna take him down. Hemsworth trying to TP out, Disruption will get him. Stomp will ensure his death. Teecha gonna be able to run his way away. Sentry goes down, but not far enough to clip him. Couple of buybacks expended again. 2 buybacks on the supports. Go 4 for 3. And again, we just see them ignore the tower, stand behind it. They spit in Foo Squash, who's on no HP. You know, these fights are just a little bit too drawn out for them to continue winning. Or minutes at a time inside of the Dire base at 26 minutes. K7 spits Fudge onto the cliff. It's gonna bring him the creeps. You know, he's gonna atone for his sins, right? He's gonna bring him the creeps. So Fudge can hit the creeps from the cliff. Finally cookies him down. But yeah, so this game could likely be over. Teecha's tech team deciding to have a little bit of fun with it and have actually no tier 3s to show for it. But the fact that they're lasting for minutes at a time in the Dire base while they're shuttling back and forth to Fountain on the UMN gold side, I mean, it's not like there's any real cause for concern. They just have to screw their heads on at some point and decide, you know, hey, we're ending the game, and the game will end. I'm sure Fudge is saying, hey, I want my Octarine, I want to play this crazy build because I haven't really gotten to play it yet. I just have Ags plus Vanguard. What's the fun in that? Foo Squash going back for an Ags now. Like I was saying, huge power spike for their team if they were to have needed it.
That's right.
K7 spits creep all the way in. Doesn't hit anybody. For a second I thought he was going to spit in Teecha and just, you know, suicide him into the entire Dire team. Even then, wouldn't necessarily be the worst thing in the world. Really started a good fight. Roshan has respawned, does have that Aghanim's Blessing, or Aghanim Shard Blessing. Be super OP if it was Ag's Blessing already. But yeah. They do like to have just a bit of fun. That's why this game is not ended, like I was saying. And, you know, hey, they've earned it. This is an upper bracket, which honestly was more grueling than the lower bracket, as Foo Squash finds a kill on Busta. Tries to dodge the stomp, won't get out in time, but will be able to pull him back in. Claims the kill on the split pusher. But honestly, yeah, the upper bracket in CSL this season was more grueling than the lower bracket. If you followed the league at all, you would know that lower bracket played 1 game per week on Saturdays, and upper bracket only played 1 game every other week because they wanted to make the upper bracket teams play, and then if you lost, you would play the next week in the lower bracket. But if you won, you would have a bye week, as the lower bracket teams were playing. Then the winner of the lower bracket games would play the other lower bracket team, and so on. So you would play every other week in the uppers, every week in the lowers. And that makes it really, you know, hard to stay focused in a season, right? It's not like there was too much preparation, of course, being open league, but playing once every other week is so slow. You don't really get in the mood for it. They really need to make it so that upper bracket plays once a week and lower bracket needs to play 2 games a week, you know, one Saturday, one Sunday. You know, that's probably a better solution to it. But hey, who am I? Just a player. They will take the second Roshan. Teecha grabs the Aegis Fushquash, gonna grab the cheese, has his Ag Scepter complete. With that, they could just straight up win the game. We'll see if they will. No shard on the Ricky just yet, and no shard on K7. So we'll see who decides to take that. He's actually stuck. Hemsworth has wedged him in! Oh man. I've not seen that one before. Hemsworth just straight up wedged him in these trees. Obviously he could cookie. But that's not the point. That is hilarious. Fudges, take note. If you hook someone from this here to this spot here, they'll get stuck right here. Big Fudge. Octarine almost completed. Off of this wave, he'll actually have it. Stones the creep wave. Has it now. Coming out to him. Squash gonna walk all the way up. Nice 2-man stun from K7. Okay, Centaur ulti dropped. Teecha. Getting going on Centaur. CK pops all the Phantasm Illusions. They all come in, grab the Shadow Demon Ribs. Will fall himself, Mibusta. Hitting the tier 2 in the bot. They can't do anything about it. They know it. Chasing forward for more kills. Hemsworth finds Zealous. He and Teecha combined for that kill. Squash gonna go straight for the throne. Day sticks his nose out of it too far to put that magnetic field and will fall for his troubles. No buybacks on any of the dire heroes. Mibusta hitting the tier 3. Doing what he can. WTF, not real Foos, not the real one. He sent the CK Illus in. Not the real hero, obviously. Hemsworth gonna stand in the fountain. You know, why not? Base race, yes. Fudge TP's back onto him. Mibusta. Put a TP, maybe not. The snake cooldown's really low with Octarine. Gonna stone him. Tries to TP looking at him. There's the CK lose. You're gonna claim a couple more kills in the fountain before the game ends. It looks like Squash doesn't even. Oh, he doesn't have the cheese actually. Fudge has the cheese. Squash gonna dodge the Ice Blast. Go back in. Mjolnir proc's not gonna get him. Life steals up enough. DJ Dingus takes him down. Teecha, meanwhile, did die to the Ice Blast. K7 dies as well. Yeah. There is a certain point, right, where you want to wrap it up. Did they actually kill the Centaur? I don't know if they brought enough damage back to kill him. They did kill him. Oh, the CK Illus got the assist for CK, because he spawned them on the throne and they also spawned back here. That's right.
Nature attend us.
Fudge going for that arcane blink next. Want to further lower the cooldown of your stone gaze, of your snake. What talents did he take? He took the snake cooldown, took the snake mana gain, he took evasion. So he actually takes no damage. He'll probably take the int next. Also, you would think Mibusta would be richer, right? He's been actually AFK splitting the entire game. You know, he's doing what you think, like maybe an AM would be doing in a lost game or something like that. Just like, I can't fight, guys. You're on your own. But he's just been using that to push for himself. Teecha Actually, no, he gets the blink out. Not quite getting caught. Ice Blast not gonna connect, and that'll be the end of that one. There is no Foo Squash here. Sent the Illus, but that's about it. He's going for O-Blink next on this, okay. And Teecha's gonna buy a Deso. Teecha's done with this nonsense of not hitting the towers. He's like, I am not a tower hitter, but I will get a Desolator. I will hit the towers. Meanwhile, Boosta gonna take Rax in the bot lane. Day caught out. Is able to force staff himself away because there's no follow-up from the Radiant. They're just a bit too far away. DJ Dingus gonna walk away. Teecha bit in the middle of the team, has one blink remaining, but it's gonna be enough. Meanwhile, Ribs takes down Foo Squash. Fudge gets in, is gonna trade the support for him, but I didn't actually expect Foo Squash to die. I wasn't paying too much attention. I don't know how that really happens. Guess it's just he's getting laid into by all the cores, right? Teecha falling a bit low as well. Centaur is in this fight with the Shivas. Ribs TP's forward and just dies! What was that? Oh no. Fudge gonna go down? Maybe, not enough. Foo Squash gets a couple of kills. Mass buybacks coming out from Dire side. Boosta takes down the Illus. There's no glyph available. K7 gonna be able to hop his way away. Teecha living. DJ Dingus stunned forever. Oh my god. DJ Dingus does fall, but they do lose Teecha as well. Day with a triple kill. Takes down a lot. That was all off of the Mjolnir procs. Fudge trying to hit the fountain now, but not gonna work. Fudge gonna go down. It's gonna be an ultra kill? No, it's gonna be Centaur claiming that kill. Cardi hitting, they're pinging the Cardi saying, hey, keep that alive. That's also Foo Squash dieback and two other heroes die with no buyback. So there is that to consider. They don't have it from gold? Yes, from gold. But, not to say that the game is throwable, but I mean, it kind of... No, I'm gonna say no, it's not. Also, Roshan gonna be a long spawn, 2.5 minutes, so not gonna be in play for this this push. Can you imagine though if it was an instant spawn, right? Rosh was up right now. I mean, they just get it right on UMN side. They get like an Ags with it, right? They can give an Ags to Drow. She can deal with the creeps a lot better. Could also give Ags to SD. Get the double purge, but I think Drow having it against the CK would be super value. So. Not to be though, not to be. They could also just buy a rapier. He has 6k gold. He's gonna go for Scotty, it looks like. Yep, Dire able to get their tier 4 items as well. Not pinned in the base any longer. He boosted, hits level 25, takes the Retaliate aura. He's the only one even close, I believe. Foo Squash is level 25 as well. And Fudge will get there shortly, but isn't quite there yet. Foo Squash gonna find Boosta. Oh, the Trickster Cloak, gonna run him away. Gonna try and juke his way around the trees. TP. Nah, it isn't time. Foo Squash didn't throw the stun. Oh no!
It's looking spicy.
I'll take that.
Oh, a rookie mistake from Blue Squash, not a CK player, I guess. Too funny. DJ Ding is poor as can be, trying to find his way in this game. Will not find his way in this game. This has got to be such a sad, like, I don't know, getting clowned on like this just feels so sad. And they don't want to GG out because they just lose the entire thing, right? You don't want to just GG out, but, you know, getting, like, pity not ending. It's not pity not ending. They're doing it for the memes, but it's gotta be so demoralizing to play serious on this. Like, Grau gets nothing. I mean, she has gone crystal. Maybe she's not the most serious, but she has nothing. She will get nothing, and there's no future. We're watching an illusion battle in the mid lane if you haven't thought that just yet. Teecha comes in and he's the best illusion of them all, the illusion of a good player. Got him. Blue Squash finds an Illu bot. Gonna just push out the wave. Got the Oblink coming, I'd imagine. That's what he's had queued up for the longest time. Roche spawns. It is an Ag's blessing in the pit. Who gets the Ags? Teecha could take it, but it's not that great. Hemsworth could take it. That's all that they need Ags on. They've just left it in the pit, okay. There it is. Hemsworth eats the Ags. Gets the Sproink. See if they decide to just end the game now. They have Phantasm up, they have Oblink up, they've got Aegis, they've got Cheese, got a fresh Ags on Hem Sharp. And yep, Blue Squash gonna go forward. Pops an Aeon Disc. Doesn't want to hit the throne just yet. Mibusta comes in. Illu tossed hits everyone, and K7 gonna deal massive amounts of damage with his ult on the back end. Teecha finds DJ Dingus, who gets forced forward. Pulled over to Blue Squash, taken down, no buyback. Fudge tossing the snake into the fountain. Not enough just yet. Mibusta surviving on the front end for all this time. Teecha actually just straight up goes down, hitting him. Fudge taking a lot of damage, isolated from his team. Does just fall. Now a 1-for-1 trade plus the Aegis, as Teecha's lost that as well. Forced to back out our Teecha's tech team, as it looks like they're doing a fake back, maybe try and catch someone other than Mibusta pushing out. Ribs does show his face, but just a bit too far away. Okay, got to see who in the base, was hitting the tier 4, has done a little bit of damage. And again, that's a fight where they didn't target the throne with the CK and the CK illusions. They wanted the heroes, but I mean, it's been a long time. Do we hit a point in this game where they can't just end, where it's not trivial to end because you have Magnetic Field from Arc Warden, right? Arc Warden just doesn't die, and as long as he doesn't die, it's very hard to hit the throne because of the Magnetic Field. So there's this question of, like, if the game hits 60 minutes, because you can't push anymore, you know, if you've lost your window. I mean, Radiant still wins. It's not like, oh, these heroes on Dire, they scale infinite better. No, you have a Dusa, you have a Riki. Ricky's the one who doesn't scale as good on this team. Your CK's massive. So, my answer is still going to be no, but it does start to feel like this game's just dragged on for way too long. Like, come on, my voice needs a bit of a rest. It's been 44 minutes of game that was over at Dota Plus says, what's that, 20 minutes? Here they go, hitting the racks with the CK Illusion's magnetic field. Able to save most of the tower, the tier 3 tower damage. And Fudge farming on the back, he wants a Scotty. He did take split shot, uses modifiers despite not having any modifiers at this juncture. So he feels like he needs to purchase a modifier in order to justify that talent. How does he hit for minus 30? What does minus 38 damage? Why does he have minus 38? What? Huh? Oh, the split shot reduces. Okay, it does a fly reduction. That's weird. Mibusta gonna find K7, straight up takes him down. Teecha jumps in, finds some supports, but they all force away. Mibusta able to run his way away as well. Gets sleep darted on the back end. Nothing's gonna come of it. It's a clean pick for UMN Gold. Ancient getting hit by the CK Illus that got pushed through, but I mean, Magnetic Field's there. It took, what, 15 damage? It's immediately healed back up to full. This tier 3 is not immune. This tier 3 will not heal back up, so eventually this will fall and they'll get raxed. Drow at some point is going to need an Aghanim Scepter to deal. But Arc Warden is the richest hero in the game. Going for a Daedalus next. Spit damage. They're gonna go forward. I mean, they have a 4 versus 5 right now. They see CK entering their base, and Ribs is the first one to get picked off. Mibusta trying to play. Day knows he needs to get back to the base now. They see Fusquash. He's gonna just go in on the Ancient. DJ Dingus gonna fall, going on the Ancient, but the Magnetic Field is there. Buybacks immediately from the 2. On the front side of the fight, Mibusta dies. No buyback to Teecha. And here they go on the throne once again. Magnetic Field on cooldown for a couple of seconds, and there is a glyph. They are going to be able to hold without using the glyph. Hemsworth disrupted up. Day is going to have the damage, is maybe going to have the damage. Yes, is going to have the damage. DJ Ding is finally the one to take him down. Cardi dies. Fusquash hanging around. There is Magnetic Field and the Tempest double up at this point. Tempest double going forward to deal with the creep wave. And they use a couple of buybacks, but other than that, they hold on UMN Gold. 47 minutes is the time of the game right now. Gonna go into a bit of another waiting period. We're gonna pull up the buyback status just to show you what UMN Gold is hanging on to. Arc Warden, the only one with it currently. Centaur needs a couple of gold pieces to be able to convince the shopkeeper to let him back into battle. And he is probably their biggest hero at this point. I mean, Arc Warden is the one who saves the base, but Centaur has a bajillion HP, and the evasion, and the magic resistance from the Trickster Cloak. So he's the one that gets to just sit in the front and soak up all the damage. Fusquash gets disrupted. Nothing's gonna come of this, but he takes some damage. Fudge has the gold for that Scotty if he wants to go pick it up. Teecha has his Desolator, looking to pick up a BKB. You know, 50-minute BKB buyers. Sag. Feels that, yeah, this game's gotten a bit away from him, like, why can't we end it? I'll get a BKB so we can end it. Meanwhile, Mibusta looking for a blink. A 50-minute blink on your offlane initiator. I mean, this game is just pretty funny with everything going on. Like, this game's lasted an extra 30 minutes from when it should end, and now it's a question of whether they'll be able to end it all. Which I'm still in the hard yes camp. It's just every fight gives UMN Gold a little bit more hope that Maybe that's the answer is no. You also have to think about the context of last week, UMN Gold, Game 3 against NU Dota. That game lasted like 68 minutes. They were pinned in their base for most of the game, and they ended up winning it to win the series and move on to this game. So, you know, they do have a little bit of confidence in their long game. I said that this game can be demoralizing. After these last couple of fights, they might be thinking, you know, hey, we stall out another 10-15 minutes, get OP tier 5 items, and if Medusa doesn't get a ballista and we get a ballista on Arc Warden, how does the game look for us then? Roche number 4 gonna go down to the Radiant. Ice Blast gonna come in a bit late. Does clip him, not gonna matter. Teecha, I believe, grabbed that egg, so I was just getting some water. AFK on the camera because I've been talking for too long now. Heading this game. Teecha takes the Ag's blessing. That's 5 Ags on their team now. They're pinging out Mebusta. Oh, the glyph pops! Mebusta trying to run the other way. TPs? No vision? Fusquash stops moving! Oh, he got stuck in this pathing. Mebusta just barely getting out of that one alive. Oof. Alright, Teecha, going forward, has Aegis, has a Rapier queued up. See the magnetic field drop down, Ribs, gets his Aeon Disc popped. Now the Stampede forward from Mebusta, but he's gotten himself caught into a bit of an awkward position. Fusquash taking a lot of damage, actually just falls. Straight up gets Ice Blasted, and, you know, his team doesn't commit forward with him. There's no Medusa ult just yet. Teecha has that Aegis, but he does die once. No one stays. Mebusta doesn't stay back to stun him. He's gonna get the jump away. Force forward from the Tempest double. And K7 dies on the back. You're looking to chase forward for more disruption. Caught Fudge. Stun was off the mark, so he does get off the Stone Gaze. Everyone getting stoned, but Fudge is one of them as he turns cold for the last time. The arrow drawn by Mr. Ribs says he wants to roll down mid. Now, there are full buybacks on the Radiant, but that kind of shows you, right? Fusquash jumps forward, gets an Aeon Disc popped on Ribs, and then dies right here before the fight really starts. You know, there's no commit forward. Like, Fudge isn't in. He's not in position to ult to save his CK. And now your CK is just dead. Also, this, by the way, is a bit of a mistake. Drow has no buyback. They are going in. There's a Rapier on Ricky at this point, and there are full buybacks from the Radiant. So they're going to go for the tier 4s, but there are buybacks, and they will get used here. The whole team does. As they're still just hitting Throne. Okay, now they're going to try and run away with the Centaur ults, but able to stone forward on Fudge, Teecha, and oh my god, the Ilu is doing so much damage. Dingus dies, Day dies. Teecha finds another kill on the side, his Ribs goes down, Mebusta trying to survive, will fall. Zelos the only one getting out, and he will not get out for much longer. Oblink takes him down. Buybacks come out from those who have it. Zelos holding his for now, Day. And Centaur, that's Mebusta using their buys. Drow will have it. Yes, in 8 seconds. She was a couple of gold off as well, so it really works out for her that he's got it. And she should buy back the second it comes off cooldown. As should Shadow Demon, honestly. As should they all. They should be having bought back already, so that those come off cooldown ever so much sooner. But they will not. This is going to be a rapier on Foo Squash as well. So one on Teecha, one on Foo Squash in the near future, and they're going to try and end the game. Tempest Double went to the mid, but so did Foo Squash. There's a buyback from Ribs. There's the buyback from Zella. And it's going to convince Teecha's tech team to back out. They did claim the tier 3 tower, and Foo Squash was in the mid the whole time. So not all is lost there. Foo Squash finishes his rapier. Teecha, again, has that rapier. Hemsworth has a Crimson Guard and is going AC. Says, enough of this, can we hit the tower? K7 is getting ready to have the Little Shredder multi-shot, has MKB and will have Daedalus. Has the full Chrysalis, actually. And Fudge is gonna get a 56-minute BKB! Oh my god. Not believe these late items. Like, Centaur wants a blink. He's got Tranquils in a hood. 56 minutes. Yeah. Anyway, no buybacks from anyone on the side of Dire for another 5.5 minutes. You've got Teecha buyback and you've got Hemsworth buyback for 5.5 minutes. And that's it. Switch back over to net worth. Ugh. See smoked up outside the Dire base, our Teecha's tech team. Looks like they're gonna go in through top. Spot DJ Dingus. Now they're spotted. As they go forward on Day, this is a huge kill if they find it, and it looks like they will, and that will just actually be the game. They should be able to just hit down the turn. But there's no creeps in the base, actually. Looks like it's not going to matter. No kills come out. Teecha does die, with drops double rapier. There is backdoor protection. It's not going to matter. Too many cores are dead for it to really do anything. DJ Dingus picks up the rapier, but it's from his team! So he got the one that doesn't do damage for him. And he dies for sticking his nose out into the base. And finally that'll do it. Foo Squash dies. GG. 57 minutes. Way too long. I will say, at the end there I kind of was rooting for UMN because I'm not a fan of the extending the game way too long for no reason. Like, a little bit's fine, but they went and sat in the same position outside the fountain for a long time. And, it's just unfun at some point, right? Just at the tower. I don't know. Anyway, Foo Squash with almost 90,000 hero damage. You know?
One in the books. Really never was in question. Thanks for asking to interview me, by the way.
Here's the real question, right? Was Foo Squash mauled when he like continued
no,
jumping in and dying?
Well, Akasha was getting kind of tilted, and then Teecha was so tilted.
I saw Teecha queue up a Desolator at like 40 minutes or something, and I was just like, oh, Teecha's like, why aren't we hitting the towers? I will hit the towers even though I'm a Ricky.
Yeah. I was having fun because, you know, I was just running around with like insane healing, and this AA legit hit like 2 ice blasts that entire game on me.
Yep. Yeah, you actually just couldn't die, for sure.
Yeah, that's why my net worth was so much higher than most of everyone else's, is because I never had to like die or buy back.
Net worth so much higher, lowest GPM in game. Lol.
Oh, well, I guess I also picked up
you
a rapier.
You picked up a rapier. Yeah.
That increases it by like about... Well, it was a cautious rapier too, so...
Yeah, you pick up 6,000 on him.
Yeah, just a quick boost at the end of the game.
Yeah, just a little bit. Oh, and you had the ag synth from Roche as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was legit sad because I was like, I'm playing this Enshira and I'm never gonna get to like run up into 5 of them because like we just instantly kill them.
Yeah.
And then I got that at the end, so I'm kind of satisfied.
I was completely wondering if like everyone was mauled because you weren't mauled at the beginning when you were just diving for fun, and then all of a sudden the game was like not winning.
No, I think at some point we probably had we're probably gonna lose, like in terms of probability.
I don't think so. I was looking at it every now and again, but it would go down to like 60% kind of deal.
Yeah, they just I don't know how the Centaur got so fed, because like
he literally didn't join a single fight while you guys were taking around in the high ground. He just went and hit your side
was
lane.
Actually Rat Centaur. He was like everything on their team too, because his Ag's ulti was holding their fights together. Because their supports were horribly positioned. I'd actually just destroy them if they didn't have Centaur.
Yeah.
But
and they both went Aeon Disc, yeah. And that was the worst bit, right? They both went Aeon Disc, and then Akash would just jump them anyway and die.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's. I think taking Roche gives you such an advantage.
Yes.
Honestly, because if they took Roche, they'd probably just win.
So I did talk about that a little bit. If they took Roche, when you all died, right before you took the third Roche, if you remember, like if they.
I'm saying if they had a Roche on instead of us.
Yeah. No, they won a fight right before the third Roche spawned. It was like 2 minutes into the spawn, and you guys had no buybacks. And I was like, if Roche was up right now and they were able to take it, they probably just win the game. Because they get Ags on Drow.
Well, maybe Ags on Drow, Ags on SD would have been really good.
Yeah, I was thinking Ags on Drow because SD was just dying. So you might not actually get to cast.
Drags could have been good. Drow was just so underfarmed.
Yeah.
She was like the lowest XP on their team.
Yeah, Drow absolutely had no game. If she showed, she just died though.
Yep. At the end, we were just like, alright, kill Arc Warden, win game.
Yeah.
This Arc Warden hero is so dumb.
Yeah, kill Magnetic Field, man. Win game.
GG. I still don't know why you can cast Magnetic Field on the Ancient.
It's epic. They just need to make the Magnetic Field bigger, lol.
They just need to, they just need to make Magnetic Field not work on buildings, and this game suddenly...
Yeah. If you cast Magnetic Field on the Ancient, it's AoE doubles.
That's actually just like the defining feature of Arc Warden, is that you cannot win the game against him, which is so stupid.
Kinda epic. Yeah, also, the Fudge Dusa. Did you guys call him out on taking the split shot uses modifiers talent when he had no modifiers?
Because he timed, like the idea was to time it with the Scotty, but
plus 75 intelligence, Pog.
Yeah, I was sure he was gonna take the int because he took the talent and then like queued up the
no,
Scotty.
We couldn't actually have full committed to this magic Deuce build at the end. We needed actual damage. We would have.
You never got actual damage. No. Just raw Scotty does not actual damage.
I mean, not damage. It's like, in a way, it is damage though, right? Because they're not healing. No. They're not life stealing.
No. Let's get a Scotty or get a Shiva's rather. Same effect.
Shiva's
75
in time with Shiva. Holy fuck.
Yeah, come on.
That would have been elite.
Omega mana. Yeah, Kush, how mauled were you?
I wasn't as mauled as Teecha, but I was mauled.
Keep diving the supports
like, we're just gonna
Aeon
win. Teecha is so like...
Abe, can you blame him? He's playing fucking Ricky, a hero with 0 tower damage, so it's like entirely up to us whether we win or not.
Yeah.
Like, he has no say in the game.
Hey, I don't deal any tower damage.
Yeah, I know, but you're a support. Like, he's a core with no tower damage, so if his team throws, then he's mauled.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So walk me through his Desolator. Was the Desolator because he was mauled that you wouldn't hit the towers? So he was gonna hit the towers himself.
It's because they had no tower damage.
It also helped.
You have so much tower damage with CK. You just hit all the illusions on the tower.
No, the arc bubble can go in the center, so you can't hit the
No,
ancient until you kill
I'm-
the arc.
No, I meant like the tier 3s in the Rex. Like, that's when he was queuing the Deso.
I mean, I don't know.
You guys had like 3 fights in a row where you just stood outside the fountain and ignored the tier 3s.
That was earlier in the game. That was like around 30 minutes when we were so far ahead.
Was Teecha not mauled then as well? I thought the Deso was
He's
like,
only mauled after. He was mauled when we were literally hitting the ancient. And then
Stopped.
Ryan says, "Why are we ending?" And then Fudge, Ryan, and K7 all TP back to kill a fucking centaur. And
K7
Teecha
didn't
and
come
I
back.
both die.
Yes.
K7 wasn't
didn't
there.
die? Oh.
No, it was
Anyways,
just
we're
the two, it was
stalling the
just the two.
centaur because he had to get back and he didn't have TP. And
Yeah,
so
but we just
I had to
fucking
be
died.
there so that he couldn't TP back to base.
I was the one that stopped the TP.
And I was the one who slowed him on the way to our fountain so he could die and
Wow.
buyback.
Yeah, he
Everyone
died.
was
He
playing a
walked
role.
in the fountain to die and buy back.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, you guys helped us a lot.
Yeah, we did.
Should have bought a Yule scepter and then Yulesed him so he dies slower.
God.
That was my mistake.
Man, game was over actually at 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Game was
The
over
first
like
game, both
7
games were
minutes.
just not
Yeah, game
games.
was
It was
literally
so
over at
boring.
7 minutes.
The draw
was
had,
so, like-
the draw was like literally AFK
Yeah.
behind tower. Like
I mean, how do you lane dragons do that? It's actually impossible.
Yeah.
The snake just does half your HP every single time you walk up to hit a creep.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, well, it's
I
also
was just
with an
bored.
AA kicker, right? It's Dusa plus Enchantress who does 1 billion damage, and AA can't do anything.
I couldn't do anything. Yeah. At some point when I realized that I should start enchanting the creeps, the lane became over.
I watched you enchant the Wild Wing and start the tornado and like accidentally cancel it immediately,
Yeah, that's annoying. It's because you have to do it and then it
and then select
like
the tornado.
tab.
Yeah.
No, then you tab. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just didn't do it that one time. Anyways, the draw could have silenced it. And the AA could have queued it, so I have to put it in like, a certain spot.
How
Oh,
is
cold
Josh
feet
skilling
tornado.
silence? You got
I'm like-
level 3 Gus, never mind. Okay.
I mean, he needs it, right? Otherwise, he just gets run down by Ench.
Did that anyways.
Yeah.
The entrance kind of
There's
fun.
no way you skill Gus in that lane.
I think there's if you're staying in that lane, I think you need Gus. But I think the more accurate play is probably to leave that lane.
Yeah.
Answer.
I mean,
Teecha-
it feels bad to leave lane at level 2. What do you mean?
Yeah, but it's worse to die 1 billion times.
I mean, yeah, but what does Draw do at level 2 hitting creeps?
Cries and gets a couple CS every minute.
I actually just invade her jungle at that point. Like, it doesn't even get easier.
Yeah. I don't know.
I wanted to play Void.
There was a
but
couple of minutes towards the
you
end
had
where
to
I was
ban
like,
him
if
for
they get a
the
ballista and you don't,
I didn't literally wanted to force it because if we got to 60 minutes, I was just gonna like, concede. Like not actually concede, but mentally concede. Because if they get ballista, we lose.
if Arc Warden gets ballista and there's no Deuce ballista counter.
Yeah.
I don't think I even did that much. I mean, my
No, you
snake
do
was
no
not
damage.
damage. I mean, yeah, that's the. But I stun everyone every 4 seconds for 2 seconds, so
No. Build dumb.
that's literally how. It
Build
works.
dumb Pepe laugh.
I liked just using enchant, taking a random creep, and then giving it to K7 for him to send it in.
Does it
just-
still die,
I-
actually? I don't remember.
Yeah,
if
it still
they-
dies.
Yeah.
But that could just give him a constant stream to use that way.
Yeah.
Gosh, how does it feel to be lower net worth than me with double the GPM?
Yeah, Kosh
I don't know,
4,
Ray, pure
25k net worth. Now my voice is all tired. I had to talk for like 57-minute game by myself. Sad.
True.
Should have ended
Well.
at 20 minutes with phase.